Hello students, today will we discuss about definition of point of view. ओके पहले हम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इज द पर्सपेक्टिव फ्रॉम विच a story is narrated. Every story has a perspective, though there can be more than one type of point of view in a work of literature. The most common points of view used in novels are first person singular I, the third person he and she. However, there are many variants on these two types of point of view, as well as other less common narrative points of view. First, point of view and narrator. Point of view is very closely linked with the concept of a narrator. The narrator of a story can be participant in the story, meaning this character is a part of the plot or a non-participant. The point of view in a story refers to the position of the narrator in relation to the story. For example, if he narrator is a participant in the story, it is more likely that the point of view would be first person, as the narrator is witnessing and interacting with the events and other characters firsthand. If the narrator is a non participant, it is more likely that the point of view would be in third person, as the narrator is at a remove from the events. These are general guidelines, of course, and there are many exceptions to these rules. Let us look more in depth at the multiple options for narrative point of view. Next type of point of view. First person singular. First person singular point of view use the I pronoun to refer to the narrator. This narrator is usually the protagonist of the story, and this point of view allows the writers access to the characters' inner thoughts and reaction to the events occurring. All of the action is processed through the narrator's perspective, and therefore this type of narrator may be unreliable. The choice to write from an unreliable first person point of view gives the reader a chance to figure out what is reality and what is a creation on the part of the narrator. A notoriously unreliable narrator is Humbert from Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita. When I try to analyze my own carvings, motives, actions, and so forth, I surrender to a sort of retrospective imagination which feeds the analytic faculty with boundless alternatives and which causes each visualized route to fork and refork without end in the maddeningly complex prospect of my past. Next, a first person plural. This point of view is extremely uncommon in novels as it is used as the primary pronoun. This implies a group of people narrating the story at once. While it is unusual now, most Greek tragedies contained a chorus that narrated the events of the play together. To use this point of view successfully, there must be a sense of group identify, either facing a similar challenge together or placing themselves in opposition to another outside group. For example, the recent novel The Buddha in the Attic by Julie Otsuka is about a group of Japanese women who come to the United States as mail order brides. Most of us on the boat were accomplished and were sure we would make good wives. We knew how to cook and sew. We knew how to serve tea and arrange flowers and sit quietly on our flat white feet for hours. Absolutely nothing of substance at all. Next है second person. Another uncommon point of view is second person, using the you pronoun to narrate the story. This point of view either implies that the narrator is actually an I trying to separate himself or himself from the events that he or she is narrating, or allows the reader to identify with the central character. This was popularized in the 1980s series Choose Your Own Adventure and appears in the recent novel Pretty Little Mistakes by Henry McEthelton. While standing in his parents' kitchen, you tell your boyfriends you are leaving, you are not going to college, you are not buying into the seduce. The credits or the point no standardized success for you. Next, a third person. This point of view definition uses he and she as the pronouns to refer to different characters and provides the greatest amount of flexibility for the author. There are two main possibilities for the third person point of view, limited and omniscient. In a third person limited point of view, the reader is privy only to one main character's thoughts. In this way, it is similar to the first person singular point of view, since the focus stays tightly no one on one character. Third person omniscient point of view allow the author to delve into the thoughts of any characters, making the narrator's scene godlike. This was a popular point of view in 19th century novels. For example, the opening of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice presents on all knowing narrator. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Next, alternating person. Some novels combine two or more of the above types of point of view. For example, some novels alternate between a first person singular point of view in some chapters and the third person point of view in other chapters. The Harry Potter series alternates between third person limited, allowing access to Harry's thought, and third person omniscient when information must be shared that Harry is not witness to. Next, common examples of point of view. All of us experience life through a first person singular point of view. When we tell stories from our own lives, most of these stories are just from that perspective. However, we also sometimes tell stories in the first person plural if a pair or group of people is involved throughout the entire story. We also tell many stories from the third person point of view when talking about events at which we were not present. Here are some examples. First person singular. I had the craziest night last night. I shall tell you all about it. First person plural. New York was great. We went to Statue of Liberty. We walked around Central Park and we ate fantastic food. It's our favorite city. Third person, my grandfather was a pilot in the war and one time he survived a terrible crash. Okay. While standing in his parents' kitchen, you tell your boyfriend you are leaving, you are not going to college, you are not buying into the schedules, the credits, or the points. No standardized success for you. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be a want of wife. Most of us on the boat were accomplished and were sure we would make good wives. We knew how to cook and sew. Okay, thank you for watching.